Hello, everyone, and welcome to NETV's live coverage of Nonnewaug varsity boys basketball. Thank you for joining us here on this Friday night, January 14, 2000, alongside Matt Pilato. This is Peter Ventresca, and we got a great game for you tonight. The Chiefs, 5-3, face off against the Housatonic Mountaineers, number 1 in the Berkshire League, undefeated at 8-0, Matt. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, I was looking at Housatonic before the game, Pete, and their shortest guy in their starting five matches up pretty well with Leon Martin. So right now it's Housatonic, big team that's going to play definitely a big role in the game.
Yeah, Housatonic, a team with a lot of size, Matt. This is the first broadcast for boys basketball in the new year, 2000. If you remember last time you joined us, Nonnewaug defeated Terryville 62-32 in a impressive 30-point win. Then they went on the road for 2. They split them, one win, 1 loss. The loss was at Litchfield, and they beat Chappaq 65-57 last Tuesday. Now in that Litchfield game, Matt, Russ Stutzky, a controversial move by Coach Drakely. Russ Stutzky was benched the majority of the second half. He played a little bit in the third quarter, and then that was it.
Well, we don't know the reason for that really, Pete. Whatever it is, I kind of heard along the way that maybe Russ might have called a couple plays that Coach didn't want called. But whatever it is, it's Coach Drakely's decision. He's the coach. He makes the moves. I don't really know why that happened, but Drakely really shaking things up. He's kind of made it clear to the team. I was talking to a couple of players that he doesn't want Russell taking too many shots unless he's got a wide open jumper or something. He wants the offense to revolve more around Jeremy and Scott. So maybe trying to shake things up on the offensive end. Nonnewaug hasn't really come out and really given us a really great offensive performance besides their first game versus Womogo. So maybe that's Coach trying to shake a little things up. It's his move, his decision.
Yeah, and in that game, Nonnewaug was only down 4 points at halftime. They came out lackadaisical in the third quarter, and that's when Stutzky was benched. So we really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We can only speculate. Well, hopefully things will change tonight, and they could pull off a pretty big win tonight that could be called an upset.
Yeah, Housatonic 8-0 atop the BL. We saw Nonnewaug play a real strong game against Gilbert when they were right there at the top end. You know, don't take anything out of Nonnewaug's grass there. We got a very talented team. This team's a little bit bigger, but I think if we play our basketball, we can match up pretty well against anybody.
Yeah, the thing you're going to want to look for the Chiefs to do tonight, as they did against Gilbert with a lot more size, you want the Chiefs to run the ball.
Yeah.
Now on Thursday Night Live, Matt, you and I talked about how you want to see the Chiefs run. And I think tonight, when we talked about the size advantage in Housatonic's favor, if you run against them, you're going to get the guys tired, and you can maybe open up some plays underneath the trees down low if you're in a fast break set.
Well, Pete, you're right. I mean, you want to play basketball according to what kind of players you have. You don't want to try to change your style. We want to run because that's the kind of athletes we have. We have athletes. If we slow the game down, we're going to be playing right into the kind of basketball that Housatonic wants to play. But we can't do that. So I think we've got to run. I mean, that's our style of basketball.
Yeah, hopefully the Chiefs can look to do that tonight as they're nearing the way to the midway point of the season. They play tonight, then they play against Thomaston on the road, and that ends the first half of the season. You know, first half it was quite eventful. Really, if they had gotten that Gilbert win, it would have been a great first half. But sitting 5-3, looking to make the state tournament, they're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I think Nonnewaug has really learned a lot about themselves and who they can go to. I think a couple guys have established themselves, especially Jeremy on the offensive end. I think they have a pretty solid defense. They play well as a team, and you know, I don't think they'll have a problem making the tournament. It's you know, some more people have really got to step up for them to do something in the tournament, but that's still pretty far down the road.
Yeah, something to look forward to. At halftime, we're just going to show you the interview conducted by myself with Simon Hunt and Russ Stutzky on Thursday Night Live. I don't know if you caught that. We're going to show it to you in entirety during halftime, so that's something to look for. All right, Matt, we've got about 2.5 minutes left on NETV's pregame. Once again, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us here on NETV's live coverage of Nonnewaug varsity boys basketball. There was no school today for the past 2 days. A lot of kids must be happy about that because of exams. So there was a little question to if there was going to be a game tonight, and then if there was going to be a broadcast. So we're not as prepared as we usually are, but I'm sure you'll enjoy that halftime interview. Matt, looking onto the court, they opened up the end zone bleachers. What kind of crowd do you think we're going to see tonight? And if not, what crowd do you expect down the stretch?
Well, I think down the stretch anyway, we're gonna have a good crowd. I think tonight would have been a really nice crowd if we had school, but you know, the word really didn't get around. I'm sure a lot of people aren't really sure if there is a game, so I think a lot of people tonight are going to be watching at home, but not too many down here at the gym, even though they have prepared the gym for quite a crowd.
Yeah, definitely. Matt Pilato alongside Peter Ventresca. Thank you for joining us again. In 2000, Chiefs looking to go 6-3 and hand the Housatonic Mountaineers their first loss of the season. Housatonic took care of Gilbert, took care of the rest of the teams. Looking ahead, the Chiefs are going to go on the road to play Thomason, then Lewis Mills. Lewis Mills led by Mike Cartona and Tim Russell, two guys who are atop the Berkshire League in scoring, a couple of guys we saw last year.
Yeah, I look forward to that game, seeing those two talented kids come to Nonnewaug to play. You know, Nonnewaug, pretty tough schedule coming up, and you know, you're gonna have to play good basketball throughout because there's a lot of good teams in the Berkshire League. Anybody could beat anybody.
Yeah, Matt, as we have 1 minute to go on the NET TV pregame show, I don't know about you, but I have the feeling that it's almost like the start of a new season here at the gym. You and I both weren't able to catch the last two games for the Chiefs on the road because of different circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of team comes out tonight. If it's going to be a team like Northwestern, where right off the bat you knew they weren't going to lose, or against Gilbert, a team that comes out fired up. It's going to be interesting to see. Talk about that with this last 20 seconds.
Well, Pete, it is going to be very what's the word?
Interesting.
Interesting to see.
Intriguing.
Since we haven't had school today, you know, the guys probably slept in late. Let's hope they don't come out flat. And let's just hope they come out and play some good, solid basketball. I think they can give Housatonic a run for it.
Well, Matt, I hate to interrupt you, but you have to go do the starting lineups.
Thanks,
Once again, Matt's going to go do the starting lineups here on ETV's live coverage of Nonnewaug varsity boys basketball. We're going to run through the starting lineups between the Mountaineers and your Chiefs.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll ask you to stand in honor of our national anthem, which will be sung by Mark and James McCurdy.
Starting lineups with Matt Parlato.
Junior, number 32, Mark Perry. And junior, number 33, Eric Reinhardt. Now starting lineups for your Chiefs.
senior Steve Lang, and Paul Allen. Here are your Nonnewaug Chiefs. Chiefs who are ready for a big game, probably the biggest home game so far this season. Looking to hand the Housatonic Mountaineers their first loss of this season. Coached by John Fisher. Nonnewaug, of course, coached by Tim Drakely. Let's reset the lineups for you if you couldn't hear them. For the Mountaineers, Steve Lang, Adam Morse, Paul Allen, Mark Perry, and Eric Reinhardt. For the Chiefs, Russ Studsky, Simon Hunt, Scott Nillette, Jeremy Greco, and Kyle McEnany. So, not as an exciting time as you'd think for such a big game, but it's a big game for the Chiefs nonetheless, and they should come out fired. Tip won by Scott Nillette, and in the game against Chappaqua, Scott hit his first 2 3-point attempts, giving him 6 early on. Let's see if he could start that hot in tonight's game. Matt, nice job with the starting lineups.
Thanks, Peter.
Here's Kyle McEnany taking it strong to the hoop. Swish good over number 32, Mark Perry.
Good strong move there by Kyle, going right at Housatonic. I like to see that.
Perry gets it over the half-court line, guarded by Nillette. Deflected away, stolen by Russell Studsky. Here's Scott with an open 3, off the mark, rebounded by Greco. Finds Studsky open, good. 5-0, the Chiefs start off strong.
Yeah, just the kind of start Nonnewaug needed, Pete. Kind of get off on a hurry, get themselves going, give them a little bit of confidence.
Next time out, we're going to have Q Lee with Ben Levy. As you see, Nonnewaug up 5-0, and they really started off great there, Matt.
Yeah, 2 good offensive sets there by Nonnewaug. I thought the most important part of that was Jeremy's big offensive rebound there on Scott's missed 3 that gave Chiefs and Russell another opportunity, and they converted on it.
In the starting lineup, this Housatonic team is composed of 2 juniors, 2 seniors, and a sophomore. Adam Morse, number 5, taking it to the hole. Kicks it out to Steve Lang, who resets the offense with 6:55 to go early on, first quarter. Chiefs up 5-0. Simon Hunt with the strong rebound. Quickly up to Russ Studsky. Studsky looking to push it up quick. Down low, Jeremy Greco. Back out, Scott Nillette taking it strong to the hole and draws the blocking foul. You like that aggressive play early on?
Definitely. Definitely a big play by Scott there. That's 3 guys right there, Russell, Scott, and Kyle, who definitely look like they're here to play tonight.
Scott not happy with himself after breaking the free throw. And that's something Scott has talked about a lot, Matt, working on his free throws and, you know, trying to improve.
Well, 2 just off the back rim. And good move by Kyle there.
Yeah, Kyle with a heads-up play. His shot went off the backboard, got it back, and in midair threw it off a Housatonic defender.
Yeah, back to Scott Nollet's free throws. This is just 2 shots off the back rim. A little bit of adrenaline running there.
You can already see with the first couple minutes of this game that the Berkshire League, even though Housatonic 8-0, you got a lot of teams that could knock off each other.
Yeah.
Because Nonnewaug definitely looking to have the advantage tonight so far. There's Kyle McEnany, open look, rattles around, no good, rebounded by Eric Reinhardt, quickly.
Eric Reinhardt, big boy, Pete.
Here's Steve Lang, driving in. And Mark Perry gets the first bucket of the night for the Mountaineers. Here's Scott Nollet with a smooth move, driving down low, scoops it in and good.
Good move, good left hand by Scott Nollet.
Seven to 2, 5:39 to go here in the first quarter. Leon Martin, the first sub of the game for the Chiefs, giving Kyle McEnany a rest. And there's another steal for the Chiefs. So Housatonic not starting off too smooth. Thrown away there. Chief ball right in front of the booth.
You know, it's real early, Pete. I'd like to see Nonnewaug get another basket here. Stretch it to a 3-possession game.
Yeah, it's always, in games like this, man, it's always important to get off, to a strong start.
Yep. Yeah,
So
get
then
yourself a cushion.
Right, then you can kind of pace yourself. 33, Eric Reinhardt, a big boy, Matt. Here's Russ Stutzky, will pull up and shoot. Smooth shot, nothing but the bottom of the net.
Good stroke there by Russ.
There's Reinhardt down low, off glass. Can't get it to go, and now here's Nonnewaug with an 8-point lead, looking to improve that. Steve Lang trying to take the charge. Here's Scott Nollet with an open jumper off glass.
I like that off glass though, Pete. Good time there to use the glass as a bank. A little bit of a Scottie Pippen there.
Steve Lang with an open look. No good, and Housatonic has started off cold, Matt.
Yeah, and really Nonnewaug controlling the boards, Pete. Thought that might be a little bit of a struggle there down low. And they say football is one in the trenches, one in the line, and basketball is definitely one on the glass. And Nonnewaug doing a great job of boxing out, and Housatonic not fouling their shots at all.
The crowd slowly but surely filing in.
Got to make free throws.
Yeah,
three more points we should have. Should be a 10-point lead at least.
Into the game for the Mountaineers, Andy Decker, number 10, replacing Mark Perry.
Well, Pete, I know it's hard, but in a game like this, you want to try to keep your intensity, the whole time. Don't let up. I know I just look, a couple of Nonnewaug guys sweating a little bit, but Coach Strakely moving people in and out, Sean Krasinski in right now. You got to try to keep that intensity. Don't let up, because good teams will come back if you give them a chance to. So you got to try to not let that happen. Try to keep the pressure on as long as you can.
Yeah, especially a team like Hoosie, who knows how to win, obviously. 8-0 this season.
Well,
11 to 2, 3:55 to go, first quarter. Chiefs on top. Let's remind you folks, Hoosie, number 1 in the Berkshire League with an 8-0 record.
Yep. Well, we're going to find out right now, Pete, in this game if Housatonic is for real, because they're down 9 points right now. Yeah, it's the first period. But, in a tough environment here in Nonnewaug, we're going to find out if they're for real or if they've just taken a lot of people by surprise and won some games early because people really haven't taken them seriously. Now at 8-0, people are starting to take them seriously, and we're going to see if they're up to the challenge.
Nonnewaug working the ball around the perimeter. Trying to go in low to Leon Martin, backing in. Bucket and the foul, and that was a nice job by Leon to back in.
Well, Nonnewaug getting some offensive production from everybody. Russ with 2 threes, Jeremy taking the ball to the hoop, Kyle's got a basket, Leon there. Nonnewaug really coming out strong here.
Yeah, looking to go up 12 if Leon Martin can hit this free throw.
I saw Leon take a couple of foul shots in the JV game. Just rimmed them out, but looked like to be a pretty smooth stroke.
Man, speaking of JV, why don't you talk about Nonnewaug High School's JV squad this year?
Yeah, Pete, JV squad really doing a bang-up job. They're 9-0 after beating Housatonic today, and they play really well as a team. I had a chance for the first time to sit down today and actually watch them. They get a lot of people involved, and make that 8.
Varsity's 5-3, so JV's 8-0.
Well, after they won today, you make them 9-0 because Nonnewaug will have.
I'm sorry, you're right, Matt.
All right. Well, anyway, they're 9-0. They do a great job, and you got to look for good things to happen in Nonnewaug basketball.
Turnover, Chiefs ball, as everything is working for the Chiefs. We want to remind you again, next break, Q Lee will have an interview with Ben Levy. Q, part of the team last year, wasn't with us for the first 4 games in Atlanta during the holiday break.
Yep.
Q's back with us tonight, adding some more insight to NETV. Russell Stutzky hits, and Nonnewaug now up 15-2 against a Hoosie team who hasn't done anything offensively, or for that matter, on the defensive end.
Well, not putting up very good shots at all, Pete. Nonnewaug not giving them any looks at the hoop. And you got to credit the Chiefs' defense here early.
Oh, Russ Stutzky with a smooth move, a little too hard. Ball's found to Sean Krasetsky, and Nonnewaug gets up 17-2 with 2:30 to go. And certainly this Housatonic team will be tested tonight. Chant of defense in the crowd.
Travel. Wow.
Back into the game for the Mountaineers. Paul Allen replacing Adam Morse.
Wow. 15-point lead, Pete.
17-2, folks. The score is correct, as Nonnewaug has had the inside game, outside game, and everything. Nonnewaug on all cylinders tonight, Matt.
Well, get everybody involved, Pete. They are getting penetration in the lane big time. Housatonic looks to be sleeping.
I'm very surprised. First time we've seen Housatonic all year, that this team is 8-0. Because Nonnewaug is having their way all over the court.
Another bad shot. Look at these shots, Pete. They're horrible. Housatonic getting no good looks at all.
Quite frankly, Matt, this is unbelievable. I mean, I come into this game tonight knowing that Nonnewaug didn't have the day in school, might be tired, lackadaisical because of the snow. A Housatonic team that all we know is 8-0. And, you know, you can tell me that Nonnewaug's 8-0 by the way they're playing tonight.
Oh, yeah. And Pete, I know it's really, really, really early to start comparing things, but let's just say Nonnewaug wins this game, Pete. Now you start thinking, wow, how big of a win would that have been against Gilbert if they were able to pull that off?
Yeah, another thing that I asked the question, you and I both weren't at the Litchfield game, but from what we heard, the team was just lackluster. They came out and just weren't hitting their shots.
No.
Just goes to show that it's a mental thing with this team.
It is mental.
There, Jeremy Greco's going to be off the mark, rebounded by Eric Reinhardt. But anyways, Nonnewaug up 19-2, live coverage of Nonnewaug varsity boys basketball here on NETV. Thanks again for joining us, January 14th, 2000.
Yeah.
And I'll let the play for the last minute tell the story. Nonnewaug up by 17.
Well, Pete, I mean, I look in the stands at the Nonnewaug fans, and they are just in awe. They're like, wow, they don't even know to cheer yet. They can't believe it. They're thinking a tough game tonight. We're up 17 points, and they ain't even out of first period. Right now, Pete, we are on pace to score 80. That is just...
And they're on pace to score 8.
Wouldn't an 80-8 win be just wonderful?
Russell Stutzky getting his hand in the passing lane with 36 seconds to go here, first quarter. Nonnewaug up 17. Working the ball around the perimeter. Probably going to hold for the last shot. And so at the end of the first quarter, we're going to go to Q Lee for that interview instead of the next break.
Yeah.
With Ben Levy. 12 seconds. Chiefs looking to get into the hands of a scorer. almost thrown away. Brought in by Jeremy Greco with 5. Here's Russ Stutzky, pull up, shoots, no good.
Well, that's not the shot. That's not the shot Nonnewaug wanted. That's not the shot they wanted in the first period, but they'll definitely take a 17-point lead.
Alrighty, we're going to try to get Q Lee as soon as possible. Here with Ben Levy.
Thanks a lot, Pete and Matt. Exciting game here with Ben Levy, the other announcer for the girls basketball team. So what do you think about the game so far, Ben?
Well, I think right now Russ Stutzky's stepping up big. Already 2 key three-pointers. Nonnewaug 19-2 in the first quarter. I'm smelling a big upset in the Berkshire League tonight.
Now, do you think the Nonnewaug Chiefs can keep up this intensity that they have shown in the first quarter?
Well, I think they're going to have to. They're going to have to continue to play strong and really keep the tempo up since they have a big bench, at least 5 guys sitting on the bench while the game's going on.
Now, everybody has stepped up tonight, but especially on the defense, everybody just contributing. Everybody's on the trap. Everybody's supposed to be where they are. So what do you think about, the second half, the second quarter?
Well, they're going to have to continue that. They're playing excellent defense, excellent press, only allowing 2 points.
Well, thanks a lot. And back to Pete and Matt.
All right, thank you, Q and Ben. Nonnewaug with that 19-2 lead. Some great insight to the first half as we'll reset the lineup for you. On the court for the Mountaineers, Steve Lang.
Well, Pete.
Andy Decker. Eric Reinhardt. Adam Morse. And number 32, Mark Perry.
Well, Mark Perry, Pete, the only Housatonic player to get a basket in the first half. He had their only 2 points. Right now, leading the way for Nonnewaug is going to be Russ Stutzky with 8, Scott Nolette with 4. Nonnewaug getting a lot of scoring from a lot of different people.
All righty, thanks to Jackie Coachman helping out with the statistics. As you saw there, Russ Stutzky with the baseball pass corralled by Greco and then kept alive by Leon Martin with the long arms.
Nonnewaug really getting a great surge on the offensive and defensive end. This is just unbelievable.
One thing Nonnewaug is not doing tonight, Matt, 2 for 7 from the free throw line.
Yep, and that's amazing that if you think about it, they have a chance to be up 23 points here if they make their foul shots.
There's Eric Reinhardt wielding in the lane, and once again, Housatonic off the mark, unable to hit anything tonight so far.
Kyle right there doing a great job boxing out. I got to give the big guys down low, Leon, Kyle, Simon, a lot of credit, doing a good job of boxing out. That's it, set it back up.
They'll reset it to Stutzky. Housatonic in that man-to-man defense. Russ doing a nice job tonight being a point guard, setting up the plays as Nonnewaug's up 20-2.
Well, right now, you don't want to ever see a team, go away from what has been working for them. But right now, it's not that bad of an idea. If, Nonnewaug right here, Russell, kind of just sets it up in offense, tries to run a couple plays here. They're up 18 points. Want to try to run as much of the clock down as they can. Russ with a timeout there. Now, you don't want to slow the tempo down because they open up the lead by running, but you want to save a little energy for the second half.
Take a look at the Nonnewaug cheerleaders. Crowd's starting to get a little bigger, man, as the game moves on. But, folks, if you're at home, you're missing a great game here in the gym, head on down. You could catch a great game for the Chiefs here. Back onto the court for the Chiefs. Stutzky, Hunt, Martin, Millette, and McEnany.
Nonnewaug really playing good basketball, Pete.
Yeah, it's going to be critical for them to keep this tempo up and, try to weather the storm because Housatonic's going to mount a comeback.
Yep.
It always happens like that.
It always does.
It's just a matter of weathering it and, putting the nail in the coffin.
That's it.
5:53 to go here, second quarter.
really important for Nonnewaug here is try to get a good offensive set, run some time off the clock, and get a basket. Right there was not a very good shot.
Yeah, Nonnewaug's offense a little slow there. Didn't set up quick enough. There's another steal for the Chiefs. Here's Simon Hump. Little bounce pass to Russ Stutzky. Deflected out of bounds. It's going to be a jump ball called. Appeared that Stutzky might have gotten slapped, but the ref saw it otherwise, Matt. Number 44, Chris Martin, checking into the game for the Mountaineers, replacing Steve Lang, who appears to have a hip injury leaving the court. Here's a break for the Mountaineers. Nothing going their way. A 3-on-1 break. Loses the ball, and then number 15, Paul Allen, takes a really off-balanced reverse shot. Ow. Oh, stepped on the line right in front of the booth. Could have been called. The ref didn't see it that way.
Well, a little bit of sloppy basketball from both teams right now, Pete. I think Nonnewaug forced a couple shots there on the offensive end, but you got to like their aggressiveness. 18-point lead.
Yeah, Leon Martin will be called for the foul. Brad Weatherall, Jeremy Greco, and Sean Krasinski are going to check in for the Chiefs. And Drakely with a nice move here. Sean and Brad, two guys who work hard out there. We'll give them some quality minutes off the bench.
Yep. Well, just trying to keep the troops fresh. And like we were talking about before, very solid JV team we have in Nonnewaug. All the guys have been playing basketball together for a long time. And they're not your starters, but they're not going to hurt your team. Brad Weatherall dribbles the ball pretty well. Sean.
Scott Millett appeared to have a clean block there, called for the foul.
Well, that block was too good to have it not be called. There's a story on that. You see somebody get blocked that bad, you got to think something's wrong.
First trip to the line tonight for the Mountaineers. Adam Morse makes it stay. 20-3. Nonnewaug on top. Rebounded by Kyle McEnany with 4:30 to go. Here's second quarter. Nonnewaug up 17. Here's Scott Millett with an open jumper. Good.
That's a shot Scott would have never taken at the beginning of this year. When he looked and he didn't have anybody to pass to, he would have held the ball above his head and looked to find somebody, but took the ball and shot a shot.
Way off the mark in the corner, Adam Decker. Here comes the Chiefs with the ball.
Either a basket by Nonnewaug here.
Brad Weatherall remaining the point. But the Chiefs are really going to look for Scott Millett to take charge here. Weatherall calmly plays. Husey really hasn't strayed from that man-to-man tonight.
Nope.
And Nonnewaug's really taking advantage of that.
Well, right there, Brad's got to shoot that ball. He burned his man, had an open shot. Just kind of kissed it off the glass there. Don't be scared to take a shot. 19-point lead, Pete.
Never thought it would be like this, Matt, but you know what? This Chiefs team's really showing us something here again. Steve Lang back in the game after what appeared to be a hip injury.
Well, Housatonic having a tough time breaking this Nonnewaug pressure. A little bit of a full court man-to-man press by the Chiefs. Housatonic not looking very comfortable at all on the court.
Steve Lang with an open three, rims it out, and Brad Weatherall is going to look to push it up. Kyle McEnany loses his dribble and gets it to Brad Weatherall. 22-3 here on ETV's live coverage. Nonnewaug Varsity Boys basketball. Scott Millett hits again from the same spot.
Keep shooting, Scott. You got the hot hand tonight. Now, didn't that jump shot look so smooth? Look nice and calm and smooth. Good job by Housatonic breaking the press there.
Housatonic with their second shot from
second field goal.
Second field goal. Simon Hunt pops out along the sideline. Brad Rotherall looking to get the play started. Puts it in the hands of Scott Nolet. Drakely doesn't like what he sees and he wants to call a timeout, with the Chiefs leading 24-5 here on ETV.
Pete, Nonnewaug is looking just like they did against Wamogo. Don't you see a big-time comparison?
Yep.
Against Wamogo, they ran the ball, they had the same offense, but they were just a little bit sloppy on defense, and that's because it was the first game of the year. But tonight, they kind of put both of them together. 19-point lead. Big time.
I think what's more impressive, Matt, is this fact that Housatonic has only had 5 points.
Yeah.
5 points.
2 field goals. That is just...
It's unheard of.
Hey, Pete, let's just think about this. You hold them to single digits at halftime. That has got to be demoralizing.
Especially a team who has a record of 8-0.
Yeah.
I mean, this team probably hasn't faced any adversity like this all season.
No.
And this is definitely something new for the Mountaineers. Russ Stutzky and Jeremy Greco back into the game as Matt gets it right in the booth. The ball, nice job, Matt.
Nice beat.
I thought you were going to let that go and it was going to hit me in the face, but you saved me, Matt. Thanks.
No problem, Pete. I mean, we're here for each other. It's a family environment up here in the booth.
Oh.
Good job by Kyle.
And Kyle with some great court awareness, but then gives it right back up. Here's a 2-on-1 for the Mountaineers. Scott Nolet's going to be called for the foul on the floor.
It's not a bad foul. You don't want to give them the easy basket. Make them earn their points. They've had a tough time doing anything tonight.
Yeah, definitely. With 2:06 to go, second quarter. (24-5). Nonnewaug up 19.
Yeah, that's right, what you see on your TV screen now. 24-5. Nonnewaug playing outstanding basketball against an undefeated team. And that's been the story for Housatonic all night, Pete. Just missing shots left and right.
Simon Hunt gets it blocked after the nice feed from Russ Stutzky. Adam Morse, who's really done the only scoring for the Mountaineers tonight.
Yeah, right there is an example of, you know, basketball getting a little bit sloppy. And right there you can see, you know, Housatonic is going to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. Got the big block, came down the floor, hit a three-pointer, put a nice little series together there. And if Nonnewaug can hold for the final minute here to the last shot, which is going to be tough, but if they can, and Housatonic only have 8 points in the first half, matching the number of wins they have for the season, that is just,
Under a minute to go, Nonnewaug looking to hold for that last shot as Sean Krasinski playing some quality minutes down low, guarded by number 15, Paul Allen.
Well, it looks like that's what Nonnewaug's going to try to do. Housatonic willing to let them take the clock down. You don't want to turn over here. You've run a nice 50 seconds off the clock.
Nice little cheer from the crowd with 18 to go. Nonnewaug looking to cap off, which was a half that was quite successful. But here's Housatonic with a chance to get on the board. Offensive foul called on the Mountaineers. A great job by Jeremy Greco to set up on the defensive end.
5 seconds, a lot of time to get a shot off. Got to get the ball in the hands of Scott or Russ, who really had the hot hand from the outside tonight. See if they can get an open look, Pete, and drain it.
Alrighty, 5 seconds. Russell gets his hand on the ball, driving, blocked away, and that is going to do it. At at the end of the first half, Nonnewaug leading 24-8. Doing a great job from the free throw line. Nonnewaug 2 for 7. Housatonic 1 for 2. Ben, I will be back, but we're going to show a halftime clip, Thursday Night Live's interview between myself, Russ Stutzky, and Simon Hunt. Please enjoy. Hunt, Russ Stutzky. Stutzky averaging about 17-8 points per game, 4th in the BL. Simon, we talked about before, defensive specialist. Guys, thanks for being here with us. Thursday Night Live.
We're glad to be here. Thank you.
All right, one thing I talked about with Matt is that your next 4 out of 5 games are on the road. Now, you haven't had that many road games this season. You guys are with the team. What's the mentality, of the team when you're up on the bus for a road game, Russ?
We actually play better on the road. Maybe there's less distractions. We don't try to impress people as much. I don't know what it is, but we play. I don't think we've lost a road game yet this year. We haven't, so I don't know, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night.
Now, Simon, Russell says you guys haven't lost a road game yet. That's true. Why do you think that is? I mean, what's the mentality of the team? I know there's a lot less pressures. Anything more you could say about that?
Yeah, I don't know. We've only had 2 away games, I don't know. I think we like to go into somebody else's court and pound them. That's what we like to do. It's fun, But I don't know. Maybe it is the fans. Maybe we get less fans. We don't try to impress them more often, But there could be a way around too,
You guys have been on the team 4 years now. What is your most favorite gym and why when you go up to play? Russ?
Go ahead, sir.
I don't know. Actually, personally, I like our gym the best.
Okay.
If I could pick a gym, I like our gym the best. We got the best music. We got the best fans. We got the only broadcasting station in the league. I don't know if I had to pick somebody else's gym. I really couldn't say.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I love our gym because I just want to play good in front of the home crowd. But second, I definitely like Gilbert the best because you put anything up on the rims there and it goes in. It's a really good shooting gym. I've had success there.
Now, coming into this season, the Woodbury Republican, even though that's not the biggest, reliable source, they picked you guys to finish 11-9, like 4-5 in the BL. You've obviously come out strong, 4-2, tied for 3rd place. Talk about some of the things you guys are going to have to do the rest of the season to, keep up that pace and improve your record. Like, some of the things that you've seen already in the first 6 games that you say, well, if we do this, we can win, but if we do this, we're going to lose. Anything like that, Russ?
I think we just got to keep getting better. We got to play smart. Sometimes we got to have our game a little. We make some bad decisions, but we're getting better. We're gelling more as a team. People are starting to contribute more than they have been in the past, and we just got to keep getting better as a team and play as a team. That's basically the most important thing.
Si, you played 3 sports in high school. Can you talk about anything that's different with this basketball team in practice or in a game that you find unique about the sport of basketball in high school? Anything? Game sequence or something?
Well, all 3 sports I played, everybody works together. So, but I don't know. This year, I don't know, for some reason something's clicked, and during practices we're all working together real hard, and like everybody's talking, everybody's going 110%, and I don't know what it is. I think everybody realizes that we have the talent this year. I think they want to use it.
Well, what I want to do quickly, because we only have a couple minutes, is open the phone lines up for any questions you guys have to Russ or Simon or anything about basketball in general. The number again is 263-0257. Please call up quickly if you have any questions to talk about, basketball strategies. So, as we have some time and waiting for a couple phone calls, let's talk about the Gilbert game you guys lost. Big crowd. We opened up the end zone bleachers. You lost 53-52 down the stretch in the last minute. Like you said, Russ, the team made a couple errors. Talk about how you guys can learn from the mistakes you made, and maybe in a game down the road against Gilbert again, you can improve.
Well, I mean, myself, I went to the hoop, took a questionable shot, layup with like maybe 10 seconds left, and then another player on the team got a rebound. He took a shot, questionable shot as well. He probably should have pulled it out. Get fouled, time runs up the clock, maybe we hit our free throws, we win the game, but it's not what happened. They came down, hit a shot, we lost. I mean, it's over, so we gotta learn from that and be smarter at the end of the game. That's all.
Good answer, Simon. Anything to that?
Yeah, it was pretty much just mental errors, you know. But I don't know. It's just something we gotta learn from, you know.
Definitely.
Nothing you can do about it now.
Another thing that you guys are talking about improvement, something that will improve throughout the season is free throw shooting. You know, we talked about in your first couple of games, you're a little poor from the line, but, you know, I've already seen a definite improvement. Can you guys talk about, is it a mental thing with the free throws at the line in the early season? Is it jitters? What is it? Why do you think you guys are, you know, poor and then improving? Just like anything?
Right.
What's the when you go to the line? Let's per se. What are you thinking about when you're at the line side?
Well, I just think about what I have to do, you know. Every time I practice and every time I shoot my free throws in practice, you know, I try to get a steady shot, you know, something that I gotta keep with, you know.
I think as a team, we've been, a lot of us have been fading away from the hoop on a lot of our shots, and you can't have that because it makes it a longer shot. It's a more difficult shot, and I mean, we just got to work on that in practice. Got to follow through. Coach is always on us, pushing us forward, and I mean that we're getting better. That's just a matter of time. If more shots still fall.
One thing I'd like to say before this interview's over is that you're bad and you're worse. Trust me. A little sarcasm here, which is popular in the school, and we got a call. Simon Hunt. This is to Simon Hunt. How do you manage to play 3 sports and do it so well? From the dude. A TNL pro. I don't know who this is. If you know who that is, you could touch on it and answer the question. The dude. How do you manage to do 3 sports and do them so well, Si?
Well, I don't know. Sports, they're my life, you know. I love sports, and I don't know. I'm a real energetic kid, so I got to be doing something all the time. And I just love the sports here at Nonnewaug, basically. You know, all the kids that play, different kids in each sport, and some of the same. I just love it.
Yeah, Russ, Simon talks about his love. We obviously know your love is for basketball. You're a basketball nut. You want to play in college. You know, maybe you could let the people in Woodbury Bethlehem know, why are you so in love with the game? What has been your life experience with that, and what are your plans for the future in basketball?
Well, I don't know. I just like basketball because it's like a team sport more than any other sport, and I don't know. I don't know. There's just no other sport like it to me. It's just what I like, and I don't know, in the future, I'm looking at a bunch of colleges, but if I play basketball, it's most likely going to be at either Brandeis or Babson. Both are outside Boston. Those are probably. I got into Babson already, but I don't know about Brandeis yet. But
speaking of Brandeis, Ross, I had a chance to go up to that campus this fall, I believe it is, and they've got a nice gym, the Red Auerbach Arena, where the Celtics play, right? And they've got a great gym, a wall of fame there at Brandeis. So it'd be great if you could play there. I know Simon. His big sport is baseball. We won't talk about that now. It's basketball season. You're obviously looking to play in college. And what I have here is Simon's varsity jacket. As you see on the back here, Nonnewaug soccer, basketball, and baseball. And if you want to get a zoom up here, Q, of some of his emblems on the front chest there, you see a lot of his, as we could get a shot of that, Simon there, some of his awards in baseball, basketball, and soccer.
I'm missing 2 stripes in the soccer. Lala owes me those.
Alrighty. So that's it. And we got a phone call here. Thanks again for calling up Thursday Night Live. The question is from the man. Again, these are anonymous calls. Do we have a chance at states? Who wants to touch on that?
yeah, I mean, we definitely have a chance at states. It only takes 8 wins to get into the state tournament, but I mean, 8 wins, you know, you're going to play the best team in the states. We can play teams like Sacred Heart. We don't want that, obviously, because, you know, I mean, they're phenomenal. But we get a good seed. We get a real good record. Say we run the table the rest of the year, we go 18-2. We can get a top seed, and who knows how far we could go.
Yeah, both you guys were on the baseball team.
Alrighty, as we had to cut that interview short because the third quarter is about to start. Matt Perlato alongside Peter Ventresca. Thank you again for joining us. The halftime score here, a surprising 24-8 lead for the Nonnewaug Chiefs. Once again, Housatonic 8-0, undefeated. First place in the Berkshire League. Nonnewaug coming in this game 5-3. Really looking strong.
Well,
Hey, Matt, go ahead.
Well, as we said, I'm just going to run through the stats real quick. Housatonic with 8 points, 5 of those coming from Adam Morsey, and the other 2 from Mark Perry. Leading the way for Nonnewaug, Russ has got 8 points, Scott with 8, which I think really important. Jared and Sean each have a basket, Kyle with a basket, and Leon with a basket. So Russ and Scott, the two guys who we thought at the beginning of the year were definitely going to lead the charge, really getting the job done for Nonnewaug tonight.
Alrighty. As the teams head back out onto the court, you see us here on ETV, 24-8 lead. And we're going to hopefully look to get Scott Nolette right in front of us. There he goes, inbounding it. And we're underway, third quarter. Let's see how Nonnewaug comes out. I was talking to a couple people at halftime, Matt, and they were saying that the game against Litchfield, where they came out and they really got demolished, their shots weren't falling, and Litchfield was shooting like 90% from the floor there.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you just come out hot. I guess that's what happened in the Litchfield game. I don't think losing Russ for an entire half was, really helped them either. But right now, Pete, like we were talking about weathering the storm, and I think that's what's going to happen right now. Housatonic coming out with some fresh wind right after halftime. Nonnewaug horrendous from the line. But got to weather the storm, Pete.
Starting five on the floor for the Mountaineers: Reinhardt, Perry, Allen, Morse, and Lang. Same for the Chiefs. As Nolette hits there, give the Chiefs a 25-8 lead. You're definitely going to look to see if Drakely to sub in, because his guys are going to be tired.
Yep. We're definitely going to have to look to see if Housatonic, like right there, is going to try to get the ball down low to start the second half.
Alrighty, 25-10. Housatonic finally gets into double digits. Russ Stutzky underneath gets his rebound, and Reinhardt, not Earnhardt, there with the block. 7:05 to go, third quarter. Here's Lang, guarded by Greco. Chant of defense throughout the gym. Number 15, Paul Allen. And already, Chiefs have been outscored 4-1 here, early third quarter.
Well, Housatonic working the ball down low, trying to get those high percentage shots. Nonnewaug try to stay in control, get the ball inside. Scott and Kyle.
Starting it back up top with Russ Stutzky. Matt, what do you think Coach John Fisher for the Mountaineers told his troops at halftime?
Well, I'll have to confess, Pete, I did a little spying on the Mountaineers at halftime. Coach Fisher looked to be pretty hot under the collar. A couple of his words were, "You guys beep, and you're beeping better than them, so show it."
Alrighty, Matt. And already, Eric Reinhardt scoring on that last bucket. Housatonic on a 6-1 run to start the third quarter.
Yep, a little 6-0 run. Chiefs got to put an end to this right now. Most important thing for Nonnewaug is to win the game. Forget winning it by 20 or 30 points. Just get a win is a win. And
no matter which way you slice it, no matter what angle you come at it with, a W is a W, Matt.
And right now they're fortunate enough to go into halftime with such a big lead. Just got to keep expanding on it.
Here's the press, and here's Steve Lang up with it. Good, 8-1 run. Housatonic is on. This is that storm we were talking about, Matt. Nonnewaug has to weather. Down low. Kyle McEnany with 5:28 to go. And now the Housatonic team is showing you what they're made of.
Yep, they're pressing, and that's the thing they didn't do in the first half. They're putting a little pressure on Nonnewaug, and Chiefs having a little bit of a tough time handling it Russ on the bench right now, I'd try to get him in the game as soon as you can. He's your leader with the ball, and he could really run the offense for you, so try to get him back in.
It's really funny to talk about the psychology of sports. How come this Housatonic team didn't come out the way they are playing right now in the first half?
Right.
And Nonnewaug now on the other side of it. It's really funny to see because the roles have completely reversed, and that's something I really want to get to the bottom of. I really don't know the answer to that.
Well, the best answer I could give you, Pete, is that, you know, everybody reads the papers. Everybody reads the papers. Everybody sees what's going on. Sure, Housatonic 8-0, you know, probably getting a lot of print up in the paper up there in Housatonic, you know, and they maybe feel a little bit cocky. They read about how Nonnewaug got destroyed by Litchfield in the last game, and that's it. And, you know, everybody reads the papers and maybe a little high on themselves and came out a little slow. Right now, Pete, we've seen a, 18-point lead at halftime.
Dwindle down to an 8-point lead, Matt.
Yep. There's a Housatonic on a 10-0 run. Pretty good stroke there by Reinhardt.
(25-18) here in the gym. With 4:30 to go, third quarter, Nonnewaug holding on to a 7-point lead.
Well, Nonnewaug not playing aggressive basketball right now. They look like they're scared. They're scared of this pressure that Housatonic's putting forward. Got to come out like it's the beginning of the game.
Russ Stutzky with an open three, rattles in, good, and that's exactly what they needed.
That's a big shot.
Back up by 10. When you talk about Mountaineers, Matt, Eric Reinhardt right there.
It's a big kid.
He looks like a Mountaineer.
Yeah, that is a
he
big
looks like
kid.
a mountain man, Matt. Looks like Sasquatch. If we could get a zoom up.
Reinhardt's got 7.
Reinhardt. Take a look at Reinhardt. A little Mountaineer man, mountain man. So you can see what we're talking about.
Pete, on the topic of Reinhardt, he has 7 points. He has 7 points, Pete, in the second half. 8 points make it now.
Nonnewaug back to that 7-point lead after Reinhardt converts the free throw. Russ Stutzky breaks it nice. Down low, Jeremy Greco, who saves it, puts it up and in. That's a strong move by Greco. 30-21, Nonnewaug back with that 9-point lead. Stutzky with the steal. He's going to look to push it up the court. Here comes Russ, taking it all the way, lays it up and in. Quickly back down the court. Here come the Mountaineers.
Nonnewaug back to an 11-point lead, Pete. Nice transition game there, a little 4-0 run.
Yeah, what really made those last two plays, the aggressive nature of Russ Stutzky.
Yep.
Using the dribble and taking it all the way to the other end of the court.
Steal by Leon. Well, Nonnewaug back on the attack, Pete. Came out of halftime. You know, Housatonic pressed a little bit. We looked a little nervous and getting back to what got us that lead. And trying to open up another one.
Kyle McEnany going to be called for over the back as he tried to follow up his shot. See if we can take a look at Erkshine, number 33. Into Steve Lang. Is Nonnewaug going to apply that press. 2:30 to go, third quarter. with that 11-point lead. Nonnewaug holding on against the Mountaineers. Neat TV's live coverage of Nonnewaug varsity boys basketball. Chiefs 5-3 in the Berkshire League. Up against Housatonic, who's 8-0 and undefeated. And number 1 in the Berkshire League. I repeated myself there.
It's all right, Pete. You know, we're all a little taken by this 11-point lead our Chiefs have opened up.
Slapped away, and that's going to be a backcourt violation.
Maybe not. Hit away by a Nonnewaug player.
No, I thought number 3, Steve Lang. Steve Lang slapped it away. Yeah, I guess we just talked to John Lawless, AD. He saw the tip by Nonnewaug, so Matt, you were right.
Good move there by Perry.
Yeah, Perry with the turnaround. Back to a 9-point lead for the Chiefs with 1:47 to go here. Third quarter.
That's exactly where Nonnewaug wants to try to keep it. Keep it at a 9-10-point lead, no lower than 8 points going into the fourth quarter. They got a minute 35 to go, Pete.
Russ Stutzky's going to be called for the offensive foul as Steve Lang leaned into Russ. Russ gave him a little shoulder, a little bump. Call for the foul.
Yeah, well, good acting job there by Lang. Good acting job.
Again off glass, this time rebounded by Leon Martin.
Shoot it, Leon. Shoot the 3.
It appears that Nonnewaug's going to try to hold for the last shot. There you see Steve Lang trying to draw another foul. Kyle McEnany pops up. Gets it back in the hands of Stutzky with 30 seconds here.
Well, Russ really running the court there on that last set. Had a couple chances to get him the ball, and we didn't do it.
Kyle McEnany pops out with 12 seconds to go. Looks for Krasinski. Throws it out of bounds with 6.6 to go. So Nonnewaug hold on to the ball for quite a long time and it doesn't pay off.
Well, Scott Nolette back in the game. Important for Nonnewaug not to give Housatonic a basket here to end the third quarter. Give them too much momentum going into the fourth quarter.
There's a baseball pass to half court. Adam Morris off the mark, almost. Here's Nonnewaug with a chance. Scott Nolette's going to have to hurl it. Ooh. Just short of the rim. Perfect aim, just a little short. And we're going to go to Q Lee. Down on the end. He's going to have an interview with Mike Bolingbroke. I don't know what they're going to talk about, but they're going to talk about something. So we'll try to go to that.
In this first half, now they're down on the lead. What do you think what happened during the third quarter here, Mike?
Well, I think Nonnewaug lost a little bit of intensity in the first bit of the second half, but they definitely regained it. They got a little surprised when Housatonic doubled their points in the 5 minutes of the third quarter. So, but I think they realized that and they stepped up the intensity. We're staying with them now, so we're playing ball here.
Nonnewaug's got to stick together here and try to win this, a big game, especially tonight against Housatonic, who's undefeated in the Berkshire League and who's #1. Now, back to Pete and Matt.
Alrighty, thank you very much, Q. Joined by Mike Bolingbroke up top there. As we're going to start this fourth quarter, Matt, a quarter you want to look for the Chiefs to really maintain, like you said, a 9, 10-point lead. Anything below that, you know, the Chiefs are going to get nervous.
Yep.
The gym is going to get a little nervous, Matt. Matt, why don't you tell us a little about what you're sitting on? You're sitting on something. Nonnewaug High School Go Chiefs. Compliments of, this is from
Hickory Hill Rest Home.
As Adam Morse with a shot there. We're going to try to get a shot of this as Matt talks about it for a little bit.
Well, the guys there behind the scenes can get us a shot of the booth right now.
Quick shot of this, just so the folks at home know what we're talking about. Here's a quick whistle. Here, we'll get it for you. All right, Matt, why don't you go ahead and talk about it?
Well, it's a Go Chiefs, kind of a pillow cushion that you could sit on. The bleachers are kind of tough on the buns here, and you know, that's it. You sit on it, it's a nice compliment.
Compliments of what, Matt? Where'd you get it from?
Hickory Hill Rest Home, I guess. They're getting passed out at the front door. So a lot of people sitting on them. I think they only had about 20 or 30 of them. I was lucky enough to grab one.
Alrighty.
But that's kind of nice.
Thanks for grabbing me one, Matt.
No problem, Pete.
As we're back to action, Nonnewaug forcing a turnover. Starting off this fourth quarter. There's Simon Hunt in the corner. Fouled by Reinhardt, who's a big guy. And Simon and Reinhardt looking at each other. Oh man, there's a battle. Let's look to see if that physical action is going to pick up. Gets it into Scott Nillette.
Oh, good crossover.
Scott with the crossover. As McEnany and Morse fly into the stands.
Not looking too good right here. Good timeout by Coach Drake. I like the timeout right here. 7 minutes left. Housatonic down 7. And slowly but steadily, they have worked back that 18-point lead.
See the cheerleaders doing some round-offs there.
Ooh,
nice job by the Nonnewaug cheerleaders. Matt, as we're going to be here, as you see the score there, 32-25. Fourth quarter, 7 minutes exactly to go in this game. And it looked to be a safe lead at halftime. Not so safe anymore, Matt.
Well, we talked about it, Pete, trying to weather that storm. And good squad like Housatonic is not going to go away. And Nonnewaug is really going to have to pull everything together here and hold them off for these final 7 minutes. Housatonic done a good job slowly working back. What were they down? 21, I think, at one point.
21 at one point, yes.
That 21-point lead down to 7. So Nonnewaug, time is the factor now. How much of the ball can they control? How much can they force Housatonic off the scoring end?
Let's reset the lineups for you. For the Chiefs, Greco, Hunt, Krasinski, McEnany, and Nillette. Lang, Morse, Perry, Reinhardt, and Allen for the Mountaineers. 32-25, Chiefs leading in an impressive game for the Chiefs so far. It's really kind of moved quite rapidly, man. You know, some of these games have gone on forever, but this one's really moving through with some.
Yep, not too many fouls. It's pretty. Scott definitely got fouled there.
No call as Jeremy Greco is trying to take a charge. Reinhardt with the bucket, 32-27. 5-point lead for the Chiefs, Matt, and this is really danger zone.
It is danger zone, and the most important thing here is not to get off your scale. Keep taking the ball to them. The Housatonic looks to kind of back off once you show some aggressiveness towards them. I think we really haven't done that.
Yeah, Matt, only 14 free throw shots taken for both teams tonight.
Oh yeah, Pete. Sorry, clean game definitely by both sides.
Yeah. Well, I was just actually going to say something about that. It looks to me like Housatonic's getting more and more physical as we move later and later in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, Steve Lang, who just took a seat on the bench for the Chiefs, tried to clip Jeremy Greco there. Reinhardt is really putting some physical play into Hunt. And the Mountaineers are really picking up their physical play, Matt.
Yep, and you hit it right in the head there, Pete. I think Nonnewaug trying to run the clock off here.
Right.
And I don't really think that's such a good idea. Yeah, you want to run the clock down, but you can't slow this game down and think that Housatonic is not going to get the ball back and score. They're only down 5 points.
Right, exactly. If they're up 10 plus, then maybe they could try to run some time off. But we have a game now, folks.
Yeah.
A 5-point lead for the Chiefs, getting another turnover there. I don't know about you, Matt, but I'm really forecasting. I can see what's going on.
Yeah, I can see a little.
Chiefs really got to take control of this game. Take back the control of this game. Here's Rustutsky. Down low, Simon Hunt. Back to Jeremy Greco.
See, nobody taking a shot. Jared had a jumper, so did Simon. Got to shoot that ball. You're not going to hold them off the board for the rest of the game. There's 5 minutes to go, and you're only winning by 5.
Double foul called on McEnany and Reinhardt.
I think that Hunt and Reinhardt, I think. I'm not really sure, actually.
Trevor Chatfield going to get some time into the game here. This is a surprise substitution. Trevor Chatfield in for the Chiefs. First time we've seen him at home.
Yeah, Trevor getting some quality minutes off the pine here tonight.
That just really goes to show you how strong that JV team is. Drakely, as the season goes on, is getting more and more confident, putting his JV guys in.
Well, that's going to be 4 on Reinhardt. And that could play a factor. They lose the big man here in the last couple minutes, and that really takes away from their inside game. I'd have to say, Pete, the gym looking a lot nicer now that we've got the banners up and the class
Walls.
bulletins up there, the class walls up. Yeah, the class of 2003 with their banner. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, class of 2002. Nonnewaug High School class of 2001 doing a little play on The Simpsons. And Snow White, hi-ho, hi-ho, it's out the door we go.
Senior class.
Says the class of 2000.
Now let's talk about it a little bit. Class of 2000, honored to be in it along with you. Where are you looking to go for the future, Matt?
Oh, Pete, I'm looking to go to college, work hard.
Universidad?
Yeah, I like to kind of get a job in the city after I get out. Kind of into the economics of this world, little stockbroking kind of stuff. I'm into that, and I like to do that somehow. Kind of get hooked up in some kind of job like that. Dealing with the economy.
Yep, definitely in my future I'd like to see communications.
Definitely, Pete.
Hopefully we'll be attending a communication school. As you see Jeremy Greco with a cut there. He's out of the game. Kyle McEnany.
Big free throws, Pete. It all comes down to free throws.
Free throws here in this game. Jeremy Greco getting patched up. Hopefully we'll check back into this game soon. Here's Kyle McEnany again at the line. Can't hit that one.
Well, 8-point lead. 6-point lead, sorry.
Yeah, 6-point lead for the Chiefs. Scott Nolek guarding Morse, who drives it right by him. 33-29. Here's Rustutsky. Down low to Kyle McEnany with the layup, and that's great court awareness by the Stutzman.
That's it. They answer, you got to answer right back. That's the kind of basketball you got to play right now. You can't expect to keep them off the board. He makes this, you got to come down and get your shot.
Great box out by Kyle on Reinhardt. And there's Rustutsky just blown by everybody. Scott Nollet with the extra pass. No foul called. Mark Perry
jump ball.
Appeared to have the foul on Leon Martin, but a jump ball is called. Still will be Nonnewaug possession.
Wow, and some angry fans down there in that corner. See the freshman team, which is sitting on the bleacher, the far bleacher, went crazy. Mr. Parkhouse showing some emotion. whoever said, you know, Nonnewaug basketball didn't mean much to the school. Big shot by Kyle.
Great feed by Russ Stutzky to see McEnany in the back door. Knock, knock. He's at the back door, boys. Housatonic wasn't there to greet him. 37-29, Nonnewaug now opens up that 8-point lead, which is critical with 3:58 to go.
Keep the pressure on.
Steve Lang driving to the hole. His shot will go astray, as once again we want to remind you the magnitude of this game. Housatonic 8-0, undefeated, #1 in the Berkshire League. Nonnewaug 5-3, looking to go 6-3 and hand Housatonic their first loss of the season. Neat TV's live coverage of Nonnewaug varsity boys basketball January 14, 2000, alongside Matt Parlato and Q Lee. This is Peter Ventresca. Thanks for joining us as we got a great game winding down here with 3:20 to go. Nonnewaug up by 8, Matt.
Yep. Up by 8 against the 8-0 undefeated Housatonic Mountaineers. Russ taking it to the hoop.
Foul on the floor.
But it's going to be 1-1 regardless.
What I'm really seeing right now is Russell Stutzky, the senior leader, senior point guard, stepping up, taking charge of this game, really getting it in his own hands. And he's going to go to the line. With a timeout on the floor, Nonnewaug leading 37-29 with 3:09 to go.
Pete, a lot of time left in the game. 3 minutes is a lot of time. Only up 8 points. You don't want to get careless. You don't want to give them any kind of a chance to come back.
Jeremy Greco back in the game. Was patched up on the right elbow by assistant coach. And here's Russ at the line.
Can make it a 10-point lead if he converts on both of these.
Nonnewaug now 3 for 5 from the free throw line here in the second half.
Well, you can see it on the faces of the Housatonic players, coaches, and fans. A little sense of urgency here, Pete. 3 minutes left to go, down 10 points.
I don't know why the big guy's controlling it. Scott Noah steals it away. And Nonnewaug's going to look to slow it up. Smart move, already learning from the mistakes they made in the past.
Yep.
And the crowd is giving him a hand because they know what happened in that Gilbert game, man.
They do.
Now, Housatonic's going to have to start getting into that foul game. Coach John Fisher straight across the booth from us, looking a little nervous, biting his fingernails, Matt.
Yep.
Really, Matt, like the game went exactly like we said. Nonnewaug got out to the easy, quick, easy, start. As Russell hits, they went up big, and we talked about how, you know, this Housatonic team is going to mount a comeback. Nonnewaug's going to have to weather the storm and then put the nail in the coffin down the stretch.
Yep.
And here at the free throw line, they're trying to do that.
Yep.
So everything we said came true, boys.
Well, depending on the size lead, is when usually you try to foul if you're behind. Nonnewaug with a pretty decent lead. Housatonic electing to foul with more than 2.5 minutes to go.
Steve Lang coming off a screen. Over the back, foul called on the Mountaineers. Some of their players not looking too happy. 2:28 to go. Nonnewaug with that 41-29 lead.
Well, you got to be proud of the Chiefs tonight, Pete.
Why is that, Matt?
Well, you know, score speaks for itself. 12-point lead against an 8-0 club. Lost a tough game, another one of these tough games to Gilbert earlier in the year. And Nonnewaug doing a great job tonight, bouncing back.
Yep, definitely. Chiefs looking to go 6-3, doing a great job tonight, weathering that storm. Now going to the free throw line to try to ice it. as the Chiefs come back out on the floor. The crowd giving them a hand.
And Pete, right now, this is a good example of the kind of basketball Nonnewaug is going to have to play when they get in the state tournament. They're going to be playing teams who are picked, heavily favored. They just got to come out and play their basketball and not back down to anybody. As it is a 13-point lead.
We'd just like to get a chance to thank all the crew and cameramen doing their part tonight. Chris Batterson, Mark Polanski, James Chinese, Hector Romero, Matt Purcell, doing a great job tonight with the audio and video and everything. If it wasn't for them, Matt, this wouldn't be possible. Just want to thank those guys. Also Jackie Coachman with the statistics in the past. We've had Ben Levy and Kieran Val helping us out. Really a team effort here for Neat TV. Hopefully, folks, you're enjoying this telecast. 43-29, the Chiefs are on top.
Yep, definitely a better broadcast overall this year than in any years of the past. Yep. And hopefully, Pete, after we leave, that quality kind of television is going to continue.
Yeah, it all started with Steve Kukowski, who's a junior, sophomore? Sophomore now at UConn. Started the program up here with Mr. Parkhouse. When Neat TV came into action, you and I and Q got a chance to do that in our sophomore year with Steve. And we just kind of took it and run with it. Right, Matt? Just kind of took the horse by the harness and just kind of
brought it to the water, Pete, and it's drinking.
Giddy up, doggy. We got Thursday Night Live now. We got some great Comtech videos. The Y2K news stories. And really, this is our favorite job, covering the sporting events. You and I, big sports guys.
Yep.
Whenever you see a team like the Chiefs, your home team, could come out and pull away a victory against a big opponent like Housatonic.
Yep.
It's really great to sit in the booth and bring it to you live at home.
That is, Pete. Can't disagree with you on that one.
.148 remaining here in the game. 43-30. As you take a look at some of the fans here in the gym.
Oh, that's Ryan Dayton's brother, Pete.
Yeah, a little guy having fun.
No, maybe not. No, it's not. Never mind. Sorry, whoever you are.
He's a little guy having fun with 43-30. Taking a look at the cheerleaders.
This gets more and more like a professional broadcast every day, Pete. Kind of picking out those fans. See if we can get a shot of Mr. McEnany up there in the top left-hand corner of our bleacher. There he is with his hand on his face. Zoom down a little bit. There he is.
There he is.
Bob McEnany.
Father of Kyle McEnany, who's played a great game tonight.
His mother right there to the right. Oh, this is quality. He's going to love that when he goes home.
McEnany, some quality fans here in the gym. As we got 1:48 to go in the game, 43-30. Nonnewaug leading, and it looks like they're going to cruise to victory, Matt.
Yep.
Leon Martin with some big free throws coming up.
Right now, it's pad your stats time for the Chiefs as the dreams and hopes of Housatonic's unbeaten season slips away.
Oh, Jeremy Greco battling for the rebound. Gio, want to see what's up. Alrighty, 147, Housatonic ball. Looks like they're going to drop their first game of the season. And this is going to make some headlines in the Waterbury Republican tomorrow. There's Adam Morris with an open three, no good. Kept alive and won by Greco.
Well,
Greco fouled on the play with 1:33 to go, and the game's going to slow down a little bit as they play the free throw line game.
Yep.
There's Jeremy Greco with a great shot there, thanks to our cameraman, James Chinese. That's a great shot. Jeremy hits. As you see the coaching staff for the Chiefs there, pretty happy on the night, Matt.
Yep.
And really just a great job by the Chiefs to come out tonight and take care of business.
Yep. It would be nice to make this a 20-point lead.
4 points away from that with a 16-point surge here, Matty.
Yep. Nonnewaug really shellacking the Mountaineers.
You see the look of dejection on the Hoosie bench, looking to drop their first game of the year. Not really too happy about that. Steve Lang hits the second. 46-32, Chiefs leading. Here's Scott Nolette with it. Nice play by Scott. Could have took it to the hole, but drew the foul, and now he's going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, well, this last minute and 21 is going to seem like 30 minutes and 21 seconds. As we will play, like you said, Peter, the free throw game. Let's get a shot of the principal, if we can. Maybe not.
Yeah,
there she
Miss
is.
Wentworth there, enjoying the game coming out on a Friday. John Lawless right there. Some of the fans coming out to cheer on the Chiefs tonight. Scott hits the second. It's going to be a 48-32 lead for the Chiefs. Great job tonight by your Chiefs. Andy Decker hits a three there. With 1:06 to go, Nonnewaug up 48-35 here on ETV. You see a reporter there from the Voices packing his stuff up. He got all the shots he needed tonight. And there's Roger Parkhouse, the advisor for ETV. Give a wave to the camera. You're live. Alrighty.
You're on candid camera.
There's the guy that's making it all possible for students like us here, Matt, doing a great job.
There's the freshman team.
Freshman team there. A nice little cheerleader doing some tumbles there. 48-35. We're just having some fun here in the gym. Not much else you can do when a team like Nonnewaug comes out that impressive.
Yep. I think Pete, once it gets down to about 30 seconds or wherever Housatonic allows the Chiefs to kind of run that clock out.
Yep.
I want to make sure I stand up and give our Chiefs a nice round of applause.
I know, Matt, and the party's going to be great tonight.
It will be.
Makita, if you're listening at home, want to say hello to Makita. Getting ready for a little party tonight.
That's right. Why don't we just tell the Woodbury police so they can... All right. I'm sure Jeff's happy about that.
No, no party, just a couple of guys going over having fun. But folks, this is, we're having fun here on the mic.
Drinking a couple Cokes. Watching a hockey game or something.
This is for the large one. I don't know what that means, but Stutzky hits the free throw. And Nonnewaug is just piling up this free throw statistics here in the gym. 1:04 to go. 50 points. Chiefs hit the 50 mark, up by 15.
Well, if Housatonic doesn't get a basket here, I think they're going to surrender the game. Oh, come on, ref, let them play.
Yeah, it looked like Jeremy got all ball there. Ref calls a foul, and Steve Lang is going to get 3 free throw shots, adding to the time of this game, man.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Kind of a bonehead move there by Jer. I mean, he was off balance. Let him chuck up that shot anyway, but...
Yeah, you see Jeremy head to the bench, replaced by Trevor Chatfield.
Well, whether it's 3 or 13 points, Pete, the Chiefs would still be leading, up 15. This is not what you want to do. You don't want to give them a chance to, you know,
Slow it down.
you know, get some points without any time running off the clock, but well, it's not really that big of a deal.
Trevor Chatfield back into the game for the Chiefs, seeing some
Seeing some quality minutes.
Steve Lang hits on 2 of 3.
Okay.
And Coach Fisher will call a timeout with 50.3 seconds remaining.
Make that a foul, Pete. They fouled.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt.
It's all right. Doesn't really matter.
Looking down at the statistics.
The clock is not running anyway.
I hear a whistle, and I assume timeout is called.
You know what they say about the word assume, Pete?
Right, people could fill in the rest at home.
That's right.
Alrighty.
Well, Pete, I have to say, you know, the first broadcast of the year, I was a little nervous, a little tongue-tied up here in the booth, but I feel a little more comfortable here. I feel like I've made friends with the viewers at home.
Hopefully we've gotten more people to watch here on Channel 17. As Matt's talking here with Jackie. Matt, what's Jackie have to say about the game?
Well, Jackie's happy that Nonnewaug has won tonight. She's doing a good job. Using a lot of that ink on the Nonnewaug side of the score sheet, tacking on those points. Jack, we appreciate you coming down tonight, donating your Friday night to make Nonnewaug Chiefs basketball just a little bit better.
A little better for the viewers. 46 seconds left. Nonnewaug is going to look not to foul as Brendan Lilly replaced Leon Martin. Reinhardt with a nice reverse layup. And Lang will be called for the foul. Scott Alette will go back to the free throw line with 32.7 seconds to go.
A little bone to pick here, Pete. I don't really like it how these guys, you know, after a foul, they pick up the ball and kind of throw it up at the basketball hoop, you know, like in disgust. Well, Scruggs, Ott, and Villanova to enter for the Chiefs. B. Lilly in the game. Chatfield, really Nonnewaug kind of going to the bench. Why don't we get a shot of number 4?
C.J. Wood checking in. He's a sophomore. C.J. Wood, he's got to be about 4'5". 4'9". There's C.J. Seeing some varsity time here.
Look at that.
Let's try to match him up with, like, let's say
Scott Millett.
Yeah, put him up against
Kyle.
Kyle McEnany getting a seat on the bench. You see CJ there in the foreground.
Still a foot shorter than Kyle, and Kyle's about 20 feet in the background.
Millett hits on the second. So after starting 0 for 2 from the free throw line, Scott Millett hits his last 2. And he receives a nice hand from the crowd as they appreciate the job Nonnewaug's done tonight to come out and defeat the #1 team in the Berkshire League, Housatonic. There's CJ with a chance to get his hands on the ball. Adam Morris boxed out by Trevor Chatfield. And Trevor's going to be fouled to go to the line and get some.
Well, Pete, I remember about 10 minutes ago, we were sitting at a minute 0.5. Now we're at like 20.5, which is like 40 seconds.
Yes.
In like 10 minutes.
If we could get a shot of the Nonnewaug bench after a hard-fought game.
Nice stroke there by Trevor.
There's the Chief bench. A happy bunch tonight.
Yep.
And Trevor hits 2.
The box score will be big for the Chiefs tonight. There's a lot of guys down on the floor. We're going to try to mention everybody who scored.
There's Reinhardt. Trevor Chatfield with another rebound. Up to B. Lilly. He flies wildly out of bounds with 4.7 seconds left to go.
chant from the crowd, "It's all over, Pete." And yes, it is. Nonnewaug with a 16-point lead. Just under 5 seconds to go. Housatonic will launch up a prayer. And the Nonnewaug Chiefs.
Nonnewaug Chiefs are going to defeat the Housatonic Mountaineers and hand them their first loss of the season. Nonnewaug improves to 6-3. Housatonic falls to 8-1.
Wow, big win.
Thank you for joining us here on ETV. We're going to be coming back with a quick post-game report here on ETV. Thanks for joining us. Alrighty, as we're going to try to get a camera on us. Thanks for joining us here on the post-game report. Nonnewaug defeats Housatonic 55-39. 55-39 as we're going to try to work to get a camera shot here. Impressive win for the Chiefs, Matt. You want to run through some of the statistics on tonight's game?
All right, well, here, Pete, I'll give you the Housatonic list.
Alrighty.
So right now, let me go through the Chiefs first. I'll try to get everybody who pitched in tonight. Sean Krasinski, 2 points. Jeremy Greco pitched in with 6 points. Kyle McEnany with 7. Russ Stutzky leading the way with 18. Scott Nolet with 14. Leon Martin with 4. Trevor Chatfield pitching in 2. Ian Scruggs, Brendan Lilly, Eric Villanova, Greg Ott, Simon, and Brad Weatherall all involved tonight. So Nonnewaug really going to the bench. Everybody got involved, and team effort from Nonnewaug got the win tonight.
Definitely. And for the losing Housatonic Mountaineers suffering their first loss of the season, Steve Lang had 6 points, Adam Morse with 10 points, Paul Allen with 3, Mark Perry with 7, and Eric Reinhardt leading the way for the Mountaineers with 12. So once again, the final score 55-39, the Chiefs win. And really, about the game ball tonight, Matt, I think you got to give it to the whole squad.
Yep.
They deserve 2 game balls, moving to 6-3, and really setting themselves up for a nice record down the stretch. Playing Thomaston the next game, as we take a look at the schedule. They go at Thomaston and at Lewis Mills, and that's going to be tough for the Chiefs.
Yep, Lewis Mills, tough game.
But they can do it. Then they come home against Womogo. That's Tuesday the 25th, next ETV live broadcast of the boys.
Well,
so that's it.
Yeah, and those next 3 games, Thomaston, Lewis Mills, and Womogo, realistically, Pete, if they can kind of contain those two scores there for Lewis Mills, realistically, you're looking at a possible 9-3 Chiefs team who's going to go up to play Northwest and then Gilbert. So, 3 big games really critical for the Chiefs coming up.
One statistic we forgot to mention, Nonnewaug from the free throw line, 22 for 30, excuse me.
Okay, good.
And Housatonic 8 for 13, so those are some good numbers for the Chiefs. Once again, we'd like to thank all the NETV crew members helping out tonight. Chris Batterson, James Chinese, James Barron, Mark Polanski, and Matt Purcell. JV won tonight 59-44 with a 9-0 record. Great things are happening for the Nonnewaug Chiefs here as they move to 6-3 and Housatonic 8-1. For Matt Parlato and Q Lee, I'm Peter Ventresca. Thanks for joining us here on ETV's live coverage of Nonnewaug Varsity Boys Basketball.